Welcome to the first of many. This is a soundbite by Ronin Radio, where we get to know people within the Ronin community a little bit better. First one to bring to you today is someone who I've actually wanted to talk to for a very long time. None other than Chief. He's running Esports for everyone. Also leader at Axie GG. Here he is. He's just dropped in. But let's jump into this one. We're going to interview Chief and get to know him a little bit better. All right.
What is good, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm all good. I'm doing well. I'm doing, it's early mornings, but it's not. It's actually 11 o'clock, but this is really early for me, I'll be honest. So I'm excited to get into this one. We start in the day. But Chief, man, like I said, these ones I like to keep them short and sweet, but there's a lot that I'd like to know about you. I'm very inquisitive, but I'll share a story with you that might help give you some context. So sometimes people ask you, like, how did you get involved with Axie? How did you discover Ronin? Those types of things. I unfortunately watched the Bryson YouTube video, but within the same hour, I went over to Twitch and actually caught you and Axe SCB live casting a tournament. That was my first ever time watching Axie be played, and something about that live stream just made me think, this is fucking cool. So really, behind all of the things, and this isn't to, like, boost your ego or anything here, but you are one of the large reasons why I even got involved in this entire industry and started to dive down a rabbit hole. It was enthusiastic, and you kind of drew me in. I still see you doing the same things today when we have huge tournaments on the weekend with Esports for everyone. Kind of like, if we could get a background story on how you got into the industry yourself, and then in those positions where you thought, you know what, we have the necessities and the resources to run these tournaments. Let's do that. What made you make those jumps?
So I played Warcraft 3 when I was like 13. That was my first kind of esports experience, playing
Yeah.
against other humans on the internet, right? That's just kind of where it starts.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Played that for a couple years, switched into Halo 3, got pretty good at that, played at some live events, got top 32 at a live event, so had
Okay.
some success, won some local lands, like got to experience that like full package esports, flying places, placing well,
Yeah.
the hype, the energy, the people behind you. So had a lot of fun with that. Best moments of my life, I'd still say. That was the purest fun I ever had.
Yeah.
So, esports has always kind of just been in my blood. I've always loved to compete. I wanted to play sports, but my knees would break, my jaw broke, everything broke.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this isn't going to work. So esports, back at it.
Nice.
Actually, I was living in Germany, and I started playing Clash Royale, hurt my knee playing sports again. Weird. And
It's almost like, sit down and play these games, man. Someone's saying it to you.
every time, exactly. It's just like, no, just go back to it, bro. And I'm like, all right. So I'm playing Clash Royale on the couch with my leg up, and this dude is just like, hey, yo, you want to like take over my clan? I'm over it. I don't have the time, and you're so dedicated. I think you'll do a good job. I'm like, yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
Take over the clan. Talk to the dude. Got an all-star player. Just the universe delivered me an all-star, and I was like, hey, you guys want to do esports? And boom, I was back in it. 2 years of that. We made it all the way to the group of death in the RPL qualifier, which is the biggest thing at the time. There was nothing bigger. We lost in the group of death to the two of the best teams in the world, like barely. So it was one of those things. Any other group, we would have qualified. I would have stayed in Clash Royale, and it would have been that journey. But no, instead, we got that one group we couldn't qualify out of, literally. And we lost, and I dropped it. I started 2 smaller projects, both great ideas. Neither one of them became anything, but the second one, StreamAid, which is basically all the tools you see on Twitch now.
Yeah.
We had that idea before Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
We had the site up. It was up and running. They just took their money and did it better.
Yeah.
That
seems to happen a lot, in this world, isn't it?
All good, though.
Yeah.
In that short battle against Twitch, I found DLive and LT Zonda playing Axie.
Okay.
And then it just happened. That's where the Axie journey begins. So I've, the passion's always been there. I love esports. I know what it's like to be a player in a competition. This weekend again, that brought me back.
Yeah.
Get to that level.
Yeah.
That brought me back.
I could feel the energy, believe me. One thing from that's such a cool story that it started from young. I think a lot of us in the space have those reminiscent times that we still kind of connect with and we still find our passion from. Just a quick one, the Halo mention, is this where Chief originates from? Was that a building block for it?
Funny enough, my gamer tag in Halo was Spliff.
I love it. Hey, salute to that one. It is what it is. That's crazy.
Chief name by then in real life, but I just didn't. It wasn't me yet. It was just a nickname. It hadn't become me.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like, I grew up and I couldn't use Spliff anymore for obvious reasons.
Yep.
I was like, what else could I be? And then Chief, everyone calls me Chief anyways. So I don't do that. It makes sense. I can get behind that.
Yeah, you've walked
Halo,
into
those were the days. Those are definitely the days.
Nah, fun. So like, there is a bit of an FPS bug in you as well. So you're like me and like many in the Ronin community who are patiently waiting for maybe the prospects of an FPS later down the line. We're still early days, of course. Like, talking about early days, it is literally, these are the first games we're seeing in the ecosystem aside from Axie. We touched on it just briefly. We will get into the tournament when we talk about it, but first and foremost, the game itself, TMA. How impressed have you been with the way that it's launched and how it's been handled?
It's fantastic. The game is ready to compete. See, as a tournament organizer, as someone that has to do this for multiple games, well, I don't do it myself anymore, but I see it, right? Like, when we do a Clash Royale tournament, it's very easy because there's in-game clans.
Yeah.
So you just make a clan and everyone joins it, and you do the tournament, and you even have in-game tournaments if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Right? So the tournament organizer aspect becomes very easy. Axie, that's been a problem. It's gotten better, right, with the esports server and everything, but it's like its own project, and TMA just kind of did it right out the gate. The observer is sick. Like, it's fun. It's fun to watch it in observer mode because you get to see everything. You see more than the players see. You see out of screen shots. They don't see that. You see movements over here that they don't see. It's really cool. And the game is, for a beta launch, it's very balanced. Obviously, Tesla and Zulu, they're overused in every team composition.
Yeah.
But like, it's early. It's all good. It feels nice.
It feels right.
Nice.
It does. That's one thing
good.
I can.
It feels competitive. It feels, like a lot of times, like, the first 2 minutes of a game don't really matter unless you win, because the other team just has to get 2 clears and it's basically even again, right? And that happens a lot on your side of the map, that clear the opponents. You get the easy flanks, you get the quicker respawns. It makes sense. The game makes sense. It's not completely symmetrical on both sides, but it's close enough that it keeps it interesting,
Yeah.
So far, loving it with, new game types, new maps coming out, balancing of the characters. I'm assuming they want to bring in more characters at some point.
100%.
I feel like balance the ones you have first before you start bringing in more, because it always gets kind of convoluted and difficult, creative and balanced at the same time. So I think 9's great. You can't even have a full team of tanks or a full team of anything because there's only 3 of each.
Yeah.
So none of that weirdness. Like, 4 tanks might work.
It could. To be fair, yeah, you're not wrong. You take out their healer, and it makes a very difficult day.
The healer, right? With 4 tanks, do everything on the healer, and then you just converge, and then it's a 3v3, but they have no healer, and it's kind of fine.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty well balanced for now. It's fun. It's so much fun. That's the thing.
It's addictive, bro. I know you guys were in the early days when we were still beta testing it as content creators. Once because you had a motorbike accent, was it the week of when we were getting the early access codes? But you came like later in the week. Yeah, that's what I mean. You came later in the week.
Yeah.
But I noticed in that Discord, as soon as you had figured out, okay, got familiar with what was going on and must have ran a few games, it was like, oh, Chief's popping up in the Discord again, asking who wants games, who's got lobby codes, who's playing, and I was like, okay, this could be something. I knew that you'd feel the energy behind the game and how good a game it was. And once you start playing against other players who are really committed to it as well, it kind of raises that entertainment value, because it really does challenge you. It's a very team oriented game, and that's been cool for us in Axie as well. Very solo, one-man mission with Axie. This new team event, it changes a lot, changes the dynamics. It also changes people's ability to create fan bases based on teams and team spirit instead of just individuals as well, which you could see the best brought out of people. Yeah.
Esports, if you can't make an esport. It has to be organic. And B, esports doesn't usually come from solo games. It comes from team games. Because you need to be able to sit there and play that game for hours. You don't play a game for hours unless you're making a bunch of money or you're playing with your friends.
Yeah.
Period. That's why you play games, to have fun with your friends. That's originally why we all started playing video games. Not for money, not for alpha, none of that. We just did it because we like playing games with our friends. That's what we need to get back to. So that's why I was just loving TMA, because I was sitting here with my friends and we're talking about it and we're gaming, and they're all really good gamers. I'm surrounded by 20-year-old professional gamers, basically, whether it was Clash Royale, a shooter game, doesn't matter. They know esports, they know how to game, they know how to work together.
They're diverse. I'm actually really impressed, actually. Like, just mentioning like some names, Thunderstruck. I know he's by his side with other games as well. Amazing in the classic. Obviously at AxieCon, seeing him win it as well was like, these are huge things. And he's been able to transition over to this game, and he was even one of the top performers in your team taking the tournament as well. You've met a lot of people on this journey. Those, like, obviously Thunderstruck probably is kind of up there. Like, really meaningful relationships you've built through Axie/Ronin. Any that like stand out to you and maybe special?
Bro, the list is insane. My current partnership with Method and Tribally. Those are big dogs from either Web 2 and Tribally are just the most established. They're the best tool builders in Web 3, period. Nobody can say anything.
They're great humans as well.
They're awesome people. I love it. When we meet up, we get business done and we party hard. We have a lot of fun together as people. Again, we're friends, right? We came together at AxieCon, we met in person, and we all just decided, let's take this to the next step together. Let's help each other. Let's share resources. That's the Web 3 way. Come together, work together. The Axie sisters, I love those girls. They're freaking amazing. Working. They're so hardworking, bro. No one understands how hard those girls work, how much they do. If you follow their personal Instas, you'll see what they do every week.
Every day,
They're in TV shows. JC's a teacher. They do music. They do videos. They do content. They do it all. They sing live. They do performances. They talk in front of churches. Like, they do crazy things like every day. I don't even know how they do it. Plus, then they go to like night courses and stuff just to learn more, just to suck in information and just be the best.
Well, they're on like an expansion, isn't it? So they must be, you get to that point where you have so many opportunities to expand, and you're that type of person that takes those, man. It like, hats off to them. They've really, they've brought culture to the game early on. Last classics when we had To the Moon, we loved it.
I can't leak it, but there's something big coming.
Okay.
That nobody's expecting. Nobody's gonna expect this. What? That's so sick. I can say that we're making a lot of music together. So we're gonna be releasing the Tomorrow song in like 2 weeks. We finally got it like uploaded to all the places.
Okay.
So we'll do like a little release and let people know where they can listen to it and get it. It'll be on Instagram and on TikTok, and you can use it in your videos. And
that's the important parts right there, bro. You thought of the important parts. That was something I was going to ask at some point as well. The music, because you've released... I was watching the tournament this weekend. Great advertising, by the way, because I love this about esports for everyone, is you guys basically have your own, source of advertisement that comes direct from source. You don't rely on Twitch to do your adverts or anything like that, which is a really cool, an advanced position to be in. Like the Axie Gang. Every time I hear it, I'm like, I just love the fact that you took the effort to go ahead and really translate the energy you had for the space into these art forms, it's really impressive, bro. So are you about to?
Though I need to upload. Why haven't I not uploaded Axie Gang?
This is what I mean. I don't know. Is it accessible anywhere?
Get the just YouTube.
Yep.
So yeah, we need to get. Why not, right?
Mhm.
People still love that song or hate it.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But it's a good thing.
My wife hates it, which is fine. It's funny. It's funny, you know.
Yeah.
Like when he comes in chat, he's like, "Oh, my wife just told me to mute the stream." We've always talked smack since season -3, right?
Yeah.
So it's all love. He actually showed some love this weekend. So if you do watch this, Chuck, all love, brother. I appreciate it. We've come a long way. But it's funny. Like, love it or hate it, like you said, I'm just doing something different. I'm trying to mix it up, trying to bring some culture into it, give some people some. You know, if you think it's cool, great. If you think I'm a weirdo, great. If you think I'm
Yeah.
be black, great. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I braided my hair, so some people judge that. I liked it. I thought it looked cool.
My hair was braided at AxiCon, bro. So like, I'm in a boat with you. But I love, you know what, you mentioned, you said it in a way that's perfect anyway as well, bro. It's like, in this space, like, we should be able to kind of be ourselves, and like the Web3 ethos behind things is kind of people helping each other and like aligning with passions. So I'm all for it, man. You can really pave the way. Like I said, the energy that you brought when I first interacted with you, like, inspired me to kind of try and come into this space and have a similar effect with somebody else. So like, you being yourself and being understanding that, okay, people might perceive me this way, but I kind of know who the hell Chief is, so I'm gonna do this because I'm passionate about it. You know, it really can do miracles for people. So thank you for that, bro. Plans for the future?
I can't do me. I can't. I never listened to my mom. I never listened to my teachers. The only people I've listened to, like my mom, in the phases of my life where I saw her as a mentor. You know, there's different phases, obviously, when we're young. And then my mentors that I chose, those are the only people I listened to. Everyone else I kind of just ignored and kind of just did it my way, because I follow my gut and I try to do good things, right? Nothing I do is to hurt anybody. I've never done anybody wrong. I've never screwed anyone in business. So like, I'm always trying to do the right thing, and I just do it my way.
Yeah.
And so far, it's
Frank Sinatra.
Pretty well.
Outro it, Frank Sinatra. We'll put it on for the outro, bro. but no, you also mentioned about living in Germany at one point as well. But like, it is well known, well, to me at least, I might be misinformed here, but you're very cultured. You're a well-traveled, well-cultured man, from my perceptions. You know, you're in a lot of different cities. You travel to a lot of different places. I feel as if those experiences and the type of person you are, you like enrich yourself when you do travel and go to places. Does that kind of drive where you at right now forward? Like, those experiences make you think, you know what, there's so much more out here, there's more to do, there's more places I can go, and also more places I'd like to reach? Is that like a driving factor for you? Is it something that you find maybe a fuel?
Funny. You're the first person to ever connect those dots, and I don't even know you that well, so well done. No, that's not a driving force for me. I'm not a very curious person. I don't really care about what's out there.
Yeah.
I care about making it better, and
Okay.
positive way, just making things better. That's really all at my core, that's all I care about. Doing right by people, helping people, and making things better. So everything I do is trying to get to that goal. When I was like 18, I realized I had like one of those moments when you're looking up into the stars, and it went like click. And I was like, oh crap. So I grew up bilingual, America, Germany, two of the most powerful countries in the world, especially throughout my lifetime up until now.
Yeah.
What's happening now changes all that. It's changing, but like until now, that was like the most baller 2 passports you could have, basically.
Yeah.
And that just happened, right? So then I got to travel back and forth to see my parents because they split up. But my parents were always very good friends, and they were always there for me. I never felt alone. So even though I only had one at a time, I never felt like I didn't have that situation. A lot of people have, like, I only had a mom, I only had a dad. Like, I only had my mom, really, but my dad was there. I knew it was all good. I got to see him once a year. I got to travel a lot, and I'm a very observant. I'm an observer. So especially when I was younger, I would just go places and just kind of be like, oh, okay, this is how they do it here. This is how they do it here. And so, like you're saying, that gave me a lot of knowledge that I took to heart, and kind of it's the important parts seem to have stuck
Yep.
with me.
Yeah, the world's
I
much
have
bigger
to
to you at that
do
point. Yeah, the world's much bigger to you at that point. I think it
Yeah.
changes a lot of you. It's actually not too dissimilar from like an experience of my own. Parents not together, but very close friends. Kind of the best of both sides of that. Like you have a good relationship with your mother independently, and then
And not the
you get to
fighting.
see that. Yeah, yeah. There's no,
You don't
yeah.
have the fighting. It's all good. It's better if the parents can be friends. It's actually very, very good.
It's good. It's good for the child because like you said, like like I take in and perceive a lot of things as well, and you kind of were able to like analyze. I don't like to use that word, but in essence that's kind of what it is. But you're able to analyze two different human beings in their own neutral environments as well, and it's not like this clash constantly, so you kind of confuse it. So that taught me a lot. It might be the same for you in that aspect, but
Oh yeah, for sure.
I just
And understanding people, understanding like my dad loves me even though he's halfway around the world. My grandparents love me, they're over there. You see them, you don't see them for a while. You get used to not missing people. You get better at living in the moment and not worrying about what's it's just like, okay, it's all good, because we know now that we're older, if we leave a place for 5 years, our best friends there are still going to be our friends.
best friend, yeah.
When we go back, it's going to be like nothing even changed. Our paths now probably different? Yeah. Do we have different interests? Yeah. Is it going to be a different vibe? For sure. But is it going to be bad? Hell no. It's going to be awesome, just in its new way most of the time, if that was a true friendship. So, like, it's all good. You know, we got to travel. We got to move around. We got to do what's right for us. Like right now, it's hard to live in Europe. It's hard to live in America.
Yeah.
It's expensive. You're expected to work a lot.
I am on the way, bro. I'm like I've been adamant for about a year now that like everything that I'm kind of doing and like the beautiful thing that Web3 has kind of opened up to me is just to be able to see a broader world out there. But everything I'm doing is kind of towards economical arbitrage. I'll be honest. I'm trying to get out of a place where it's the cost of livings are rising, the opportunities diminishing. Like, you know, the internet is changed a lot, and Web3 accelerates that for us. Probably is a driving factor that I would believe is a driving factor for you being able to kind of live a lifestyle that you live as well. But I'm looking to get out there. Where are you currently situated?
I'm in Vietnam.
Okay, nice. It's on the list. It's on the list. If I do pop through, then definitely we could link up.
Oh, hell yeah,
but
bro. If you pop through, you can definitely come kick it.
Yeah,
anytime.
yeah. Nah, that's
Easy
dope.
to visit here for 2 weeks. It's very easy. 2-week visas like that.
Yeah.
4-week visa is also fairly easy. Like it can be done. It's like $50. It's chilling. Like,
Sure.
once
Yeah.
you're here, it's not expensive. You can live here literally for like $5 a day if you wanted to.
yeah. Well, a true backpack style, bro. I could probably pull it out, man.
A hostel and
Yeah.
soup.
Yeah.
And you're chilling. You eat 3 soups a day, which it's bomb pho. It's not bad soup. It's just like noodles, meat, veggies, and then you have your hostel, and it's like free. It's chilling.
Amazing.
You know, you don't go $5 a day, but you go 15, 20 even if you know, and then you're living pretty good. Then you got some beers, you got some nice food. It's all good. You're island.
Well, I'm taking notes, bro, because it definitely is on the agenda. Last points that I want to touch on. We talk about the tournament itself. We did briefly touch on it, but in a space now where Esports for Everyone wants to run weekly tournaments in TMA or weekly, fortnightly, monthly.
So
how are we going about it?
What we want to do is first, you know, obviously tournaments cost money, right? And right now it looks like some people want to do some tournaments, so that's good, and we're all for it. We'll do as many tournaments as people want to do. We think TMA should be obviously long term has to be leagues, which has to be region based because of ping. For the interim, you know, while the game gets rolling, while we pass out more codes, while we bring in more people, we can still do brackets like we did last time, where you split the bracket by region. That means the team has to give in a region that they're mostly from, and then until a certain part of the bracket, it's good. and then eventually it falls apart and it goes to shit, and then it's based on it is what it is though, right? The game is fun. So if we can give people a overall positive experience, I think it's just the way to go. It brings together teams. I think it's going to also bring in more teams, because it's way more appealing. You watch a stream and it's like, ooh, this is hype. This is sick.
Yeah.
This is good stuff. Like, ooh, oh.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of that going on, you know?
Way more. There's way more of that going on. Yeah.
The social media aspect, you can do so much more because it's pretty pictures, it's pretty lights, it's exciting, it's boom, 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 boom. But the game is not rocket science. Like, basic part of the game, to play the game, anyone can figure that
It's
out.
move the fucking cart. Move that damn cart, bro. But yeah.
WASD with a couple mouse clicks, you know, and you can customize all the layouts. All those comfort factors are already built in, so it's really easy for players to just hop in and have fun.
Yeah.
As long as there's enough players that you don't have to play on bad ping. That's the only issue. So there's like a level, a threshold that the game has to hit before you can do ranked.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have super long waiting times. You want to have enough people in the different regions and blah, 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 blah. So we just got to build up to that point, and I think the game is amazing. And, you know, it's on Epic. It's going to come to Ronin. That's like, that is Web 2 to Web 3. That is onboarding. That is what we've been wanting for literally ever.
Forever.
People talk about staking, Ron, this, that. No, this is what we're talking about. This is where it's at. This is what changes the face of Web 3 entertainment, gaming, esports, all of it, because we need people. That's it.
Yep.
Just need people.
Yeah,
That's
we've had
the only thing missing.
We've had so many transitions, and it's kind of full circle, because it just comes back to the fact of, like, games are for fun. Like, it should be about the fact that you're here for the games. Come for the technology, stay for the games. Come for the games, stay for the games. Come for the money, stay for the games. And also the community, which we also know.
Stay for the technology, because the technology is the future. The gaming industry is how we bring the people in to look at a katana. What is a katana? It's like a sword, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's a dex. Okay.
Well, it is still a sword. It's as deadly as a sword if you use it right. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I mean? Then you say it's a dex, and they say, well, what's a dex? And you say it's kind of like the stock market, but instead of the NASDAQ getting all the money, whoever puts the money in gets all the money. Of the trades, of the percentages, and then you have to go down this like long tunnel of what is this?
Yeah,
they don't.
It's a lot of mush. It's a lot of mush that nobody really wants to like listen to. But if they have something that ties them in, and okay, and now we're playing a game for 3 hours because you fucking really enjoy it, and you won't let me leave because you want to run another game, then the conversation might flow towards that one. I've always saw that, like,
or they win in. Sorry to interrupt. They win an NFT, and it's on their Ronin wallet. All of a sudden, they have to use the Ronin wallet
because they're going to make it back.
To use it, which is fine. Then they see, oh, I can sell this NFT on the marketplace. They make $10 or $100 or $1,000, or maybe they get some super rare thing, and he's like, person's forever on NFTs, obviously. But the point is, once they get that far, they've used the wallet. Once you've used the wallet, Katana becomes very easy.
Yep.
You no longer have to explain anything. You just say, hey, look, link, click, here. You have this token. You can turn it into this token. You can stake it in a liquidity pool. You can stake it in staking. And that's it. Have fun. Oh, then all of a sudden
and they get it.
It makes ping. Just because they have the wallet. They only have the wallet if they play the game. So it's a step-by-step. And now we have the game. Now we can bring in some more Web 2 people. Then we need to educate them, show them what's going on so they feel comfortable, confident. They need to understand how the seed phrases work, how important that is. You put it on paper, hide it in a Bible or under your, somewhere like that people won't look.
I sleep with it.
Or, memorize it. That is the thing.
Oh, shit. Yeah, well, I mean, if you memorizing it, Chief, I fucking commend you for the memory, but it's a lot of words. It's a lot of words, a lot of randomness.
You make a flashcard and you practice it for a while and you memorize it, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You can have a story, yeah.
Or a story, you build a mind palace, whatever. There's different ways. You just gotta, safety, best practices, stuff like that. That's what we need to show people. So there's more trust.
Yeah.
And we're getting there. It's step-by-step process.
It's a reshuffling. Yeah, it's a reshuffling of the process. Like now, I think for sure the game captures people, and if that's the start of the roadmap for people, it's a lot easier and a lot more interesting for them to then go and learn the other steps that come thereafter. So I always knew this though, man. Like when I started playing Axie, and like I was a good couple of months into it, close to a year, I'd realized that I'd made more transactions on a blockchain than I'd ever done before in this short space of time, just because of Axie. And now my understanding of what's actually occurring, what's the process of the things that are happening here, was growing each day. And like the continuation of interacting with this space grew my knowledge. Like I if you would have asked me a year ago what is staking, what is DPoS, all these different things, I would have no idea. So this has definitely been a medium to boost and bolster my knowledge in this area. So it's huge, and I see that.
You learn the tech.
Yeah.
Once you learn the tech, you can appreciate the tech.
Mm-hmm.
And if you appreciate the tech, then you understand how broken the system is.
Yeah.
Period. And
Facts.
if you don't figure it out by that point, then just go back to the system, because you're lost anyways.
Mm-hmm,
and if you want the bank to hold your money, okay, that's your choice. But look, the last bull run, we had just started. The infrastructure was the thing, right? We had just started getting the infrastructure, and it's there now. Like for the next run, the infrastructure is fully there now.
It's solid.
Some places it's turned off, but it exists. It can be turned back on. The infrastructure is built. The on-ramps are built. The off-ramps are built. The dexes are built. We know where there's proven trustworthy projects like Uniswap that's been used forever. And like, yeah, you can put a scam coin on Uniswap. Of course, it's a third party. Anyone can use it. But they usually get rid of them. They clean it out eventually. And you still have to be dumb enough to click on it.
Yeah, a lot of people just prey on the naivety, and that's where the importance and the actual value comes in with something like Ronin and Web3 gaming, like we were just talking about. You come in, the gaming teaches you the tech, you become more familiarized, you have people you can trust and validate and say, oh, like this is going on, and someone says, bro, that's a scam, and like you're safe, you know? Like I know there are worst case scenario stories, but like that's where we're moving towards. We're getting a wave of gamers that will come through and be some of the most educated people in this tech, and that, like, immediately when I came in here, that's what I saw as well, and I wanted to be a part of that. And it's amazing to see, like, after a year and a half, how now I might be looked at by other people as somebody who could guide them through that as well. So I think we all could take something from that, especially, you know, being Ronin gamers. As we game, yes, this is gaming, but we have a huge responsibility in a macro aspect here of teaching this technology, which is huge. And yeah, man, I'm just excited for what the future holds for us. Any final thoughts on Ronin right now? Want to maybe even just get a message out there for the faithful?
I mean, it's looking pretty good, right? They've been delivering on all their calls. I think the future is going to be much more Ronin based than Axie based. Axie Origins needs time. I think that all TMA, even V2, should be made. I'm working on making a little V2 come back to the people, because a lot of people play that.
A lot of people still saying it.
They don't even earn anything. They just play because it's fun. So I feel like, you know, they want Ronin, Sky Mavis, everybody right now, they want user acquisition. So part of that can be reactivating old users, and then obviously bringing in new users. That's what we need. And I think that there's some good games now. I think V2, Doll, and TMA, they all have their place. Like, V2 is the poker kind of, you know, high action, high risk, high reward game. Doll is the one player, high action, high reward, high risk kind of game also, but completely different. And then TMA is the team game, you know, where a true esports could arise. So I think all the pieces are there. Now they need to be put together and pushed. That's what I've been doing all day, making a nice big board of how do we push the multiple games we have now, the good ones especially. There's more coming, but those would be the three that I feel are ready. Like Mech Infinity, the game to play is pretty ready, but they don't have anything ready for like tournament organizers, observers, lobbies, stuff like that, and that stuff is crucial to do
Mhm.
any kind of push tournament
To
big
get it off the
league,
ground,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Cool.
Those pieces need to be finished first. Once they are, Mech Infinity, let's put it on the list,
Mhm.
right? Another cool game. Brawl Stars is successful for a reason. It's fun, and it's basically Brawl Stars. So
Yeah.
great. You know, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be reskinning of old games, putting in the NFT blockchain version. TMA is going to start it with a nice gradual slide in. You know, it's not even on chain right now.
Mhm.
We're going step by step, which is how people should be doing this. Don't just make the whole thing and then no one plays it. Make
Yeah.
it, people play it, and like, okay, there's some traction here. Now we make an NFT.
Yeah.
And we maybe, you know, do a sale or not, or a drop, or an OG this, or that, or a boopy pop. Because when you have an NFT, you can do things with that NFT forever.
Yeah.
All the OGs right now, you know, if AxiGG got a tournament NFT like placeholder, right, for the first Web3 sports tournament win.
Yeah, you could even do soulbound tokens as well. It doesn't even have to be NFTs, bro. You can soulbound these things, and there's so many things going on as well. And again, this is more tech talk, but listen, Chief, I genuinely appreciate you coming out today and making the time for it. He was bro, this guy was early and ready before we were even meant to be here. He was here, man. So big shout out to Chief, man. No, honestly, bro. Now, hats off to you. You've been doing amazing work for my whole time in this space. Definitely a shining, like, inspirational light that goes on. And yeah, one day, hopefully, I'll get out there to Vietnam and we can go get some soup.
It'll happen.
Yeah, we'll get some soup, bro. but no, listen.
Yeah,
enjoy the rest of your week, man. And thank you for coming on. And we'll catch you out there, man. I'll either catch you in some more tournaments or on the field. All right.
Hey, well, you keep up the good work. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day.
Yeah.
And, you know, keep crushing it. I think this is great what you're doing. You're representing the community well. So keep it up, my man. We'll talk
Much
soon.
love, of course. Love, man. Keep you seeing a bit.
Later.